Well, it's a 4-2 final in Game 3 as the Colorado Avalanche take a commanding 3-0 series lead over the Edmonton Oilers. As I'm pleased to welcome in 6:30 Chad's Cam Moon. And the margin of victory was ever so slight. I mean, on one end, you have Evan Bouchard rip it off the bar, and then an excellent play from JT Comfort on the game-winning goal. He had himself quite the night.
He did. Gets rewarded. Got body position on Evan Bouchard, able to get a shot that got through Mike Smith. That was the difference. But Oilers, they had a power play, had a lot of chances, put one off the post. Evan Bouchard shot. Lots of opportunity for Edmonton. So close, just right there. When you play a team like the Colorado Avalanche, it almost has to be perfect the way they're going right now here in the playoffs to get a victory. So give the Avalanche credit. They played well. Pavel Francouz came up with the big saves that they needed. He had one in that third period, that glove coming across after that puck ricocheted across. It was an amazing save. And it was the effort in the third period. And throughout the game. Edmonton played with desperation. They played hard in this game. But, Pavel Francouz, unbelievable, coming across, getting the glove on it. And that was just a shot that the ricocheted across, and you got to react quickly, and he did, and he got over there, and that's you're going to see that save. I mean, Oiler fans are going to be watching that save and thinking about what if. It was a great opportunity for Edmonton.
One of the many times that the Oilers were within striking distance of taking a lead, and this one after McLeod scored off the rush there. And that save wasn't on just anybody. It was on the best player in the world. But going back to Mike Smith, of course, he probably wants that third one back. But the first two goals, Cam, really not much he could do there. I mean, I understand the Colorado Avalanche may have gotten a lucky bounce here and there on both of the goals, but good teams create their own luck. Yeah,
that's right. And when you're playing well, things are going well, it's funny how those bounces go your way. And Valery Nichushkin, he was in the right place at the right time more than a few times. One went off Darnell Nurse's stick in the first period. That was a fortunate bounce, certainly for Colorado, but they made their own luck. They put a lot of pucks to the net. And Mike Smith was a busy guy, especially in that second period. He had to do a lot and held the Oilers to a shot away. They eventually got that shot.
All right, so the post-game media availability start right now here at the podium. Cody Ceci and Connor McDavid. Or I guess it's Evander.
Take questions for Cody and Evander. Start with Ryan in the middle.
I know that's a disappointing result, Cody. Maybe just a thought on kind of the flow of that game and maybe what cost you in the end.
I think we spent a little too much time in the box, but we were right in the game the whole way. A chance on the power play to go up one, ended up giving up one on just at the end of a power play. So we're right there. It's really frustrating, but we're not going to quit on each other.
Right side, Josh.
Evander, what did you see? How did you see the play with Kadri early in the first play out?
I was just coming in on the back check. Puck went wide, kind of dribbled into the corner, and I know he likes to reverse hit, and I was just trying to get a bump on him, and that's really all I did. Unfortunately, he went into the boards awkwardly and hurt his hands, but that was unfortunate. Second row on the left.
Cody, just what was it in the general feeling with all the guys? I mean, being down 3-0 is obviously tough, but just, what the task at hand is, and it's very tough, but, what's just the feeling with everybody in the room now?
Yeah, we just said that, it's not an ideal spot, but we're not quitting on each other yet. We're just going to take it one game at a time. So all we're looking at is next game, and hopefully we can pull it out and try and get one in their barn too.
Back right, Daniel.
Evander, throughout the course of these playoffs, your team has been able to score almost at will. What do you think's happened over the last two games that has changed that?
I thought tonight we had a lot of pucks at their net. We just couldn't find those rebounds. You look at all their goals, real lucky bounces, at unfortunate times in the game. And we got to find our way to create our own bounces and our own luck and be a little bit more determined around the net. Second row on the left, Mark.
Yeah, the momentum, you had more momentum tonight, Evander, but still couldn't keep it, right? Still couldn't turn one goal into two somehow. All playoffs long, you've got the second one to keep it going. Is Colorado doing something, or is it you guys that aren't doing something?
You could say it's a little bit of both. I think, like you said, we had a great start. It's 1-0. They get a bounce, then they get another one in the second. So it's the way it goes sometimes. We're down 3-0. We have to take care of Game 4 on Monday night and start from there.
Back right, Tony.
Evander, going back to the game-winning goal by JT Compher, you look at that whole sequence, does that just kind of illustrate how tight the margins are against this Avs team?
Yeah, when you get this deep in the playoffs, you got 4 good teams left that, compete hard each and every shift. And, we got a power play there. We hit a post, can't find a rebound. They go down the other way and score. So the margin there this time of the year is extremely slim. And, we're seeing that firsthand.
Stay on the right.
Evander, just over here. Mike battled. Mike kept you guys in it. He probably won't like the third goal. But what can you say about his performance tonight?
I mean, he's been great. We got to give him some more goal support. He made a couple of real big saves there to keep the game a 1-goal game late in the third period there, and he's been real good for us.
Any more questions? Okay, thank you guys.
And there was Cody Ceci and Evander Kane there at the podium. My apologies, I did say Connor McDavid, but they did end up switching the name board on the podium last second to Evander Kane. But Connor McDavid and Mike Smith will be speaking here post-game as well. He talked about the margin of error, ever so slim against this Colorado Avalanche team. Obviously, we know about their high-octane offense, but as opportunistic as they come in the NHL.
Absolutely, and that's a completely fair comment. Anytime a puck has been turned over in this series, whether it's around the blue line, inside the blue line of the Avalanche, they're so good at countering and coming back, and usually in odd man variety. And because they have the skill that they do, they're going to get a really good opportunity out of that. Sometimes it results in the goal, sometimes not. But it was a quick counter. You think about the game winner. It was a quick counter after a hit post, and good work by JT Compher to get that body position on Evan Bouchard. Had to make a strong play, and he did.
Yeah, maybe if we can take a look at Valeri Nichushkin's second goal here. I mean, obviously the puck kind of bounces right on his stick. I talked about being opportunistic. When they get an opportunity like that, it seems like they always seems to pounce. I already mentioned the margin for error for this Oilers squad being so small, but the Colorado Avalanche, I mean, they considerably outshot the Oilers here again tonight, especially in the high danger chances. We can take a look at the goal here. It just seems like any opportunity that they have on goaltender Mike Smith, they're able to pounce it right past.
Yeah, it's you put it to the net, and sometimes you get a bounce like that. And it was just a shot from the point that found its way over to Nichushkin. The first one was a redirect that just went off the stick of Darnell Nurse. Bit of bad luck there for the Edmonton Oilers, but things going Colorado's way in this game. I felt they created that luck too. A really good effort by the Avalanche. Put a lot of pucks towards the Edmonton net. Now, they did have, there's some power play time in there that does lead to that, of course.
Yeah, especially in the first period.
Yes, especially in the first period. 7 minutes worth there that I thought may have resulted in even more shots on goal, but it didn't.
Well, the captain, Connor McDavid, and goaltender Mike Smith are at the podium here at Rogers Place.
Take questions for Mike and Connor. We'll start with Josh on the right.
Connor, just your thoughts on tonight and the hill you guys faced down 0-3.
Yeah, I mean, obviously not a great situation to be in. Down 3. Series isn't over, obviously. We got to go one at a time here.
Second row on the left.
Connor, just the 10-second span when Bush hit the post and comes down the other way. I mean, could have been 3-2 for you guys. Instead, it's the other way.
It's a game of inches. Obviously, it showed there. If that's an inch on the other side for Bush, it's in. We're up 3-2 and having a different conversation here. So, obviously, like I said, not a great situation, but not over.
Similar question for you, Mike. Just a post at one end, a goal at the other. Lots of good chances. I know you saw quite a bit of rubber tonight. Is this a tough one to lose because of how tight it was and some bounces like that?
Yeah, it's playoff hockey. It's every play counts, and it obviously stings to go down 3-0. But saying that, it's not over till you lose 4, and we got to come back in game 4 and try and win one game and move on from there. But obviously the desperation level has to be at an all-time high in order to, to win at this time of the year. And it comes from everybody in the room, just a little bit more. And like Connor said, it's a game of inches. There's not a lot of space out there, but you just gotta give everything you have for one game.
Back right.
Connor, over the course of the playoffs as a team, you guys have done a great job of scoring goals, a lot of goals. What do you think has changed over the last couple of games to prevent that from happening?
What?
Over the last couple.
Prevent what from happening?
From scoring goals as a team.
What's stopping them?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
They're a good hockey team. I'm going to keep saying that. They obviously do a lot of good things defensively and offensively. We're a good team too, and we have to find a way to score. Got to find a way to defend as well. I think we all, like Smitty said, can go up in our desperation. It has to be an all-time high, like he said, and we go one at a time.
Left side, Mark.
Mike, that might be as good a game as you've played here, and you still let in 3. They were the sum of the quality chances you faced were exceptionally high. Is 43 shots against this team a little bit different than 43 shots against most teams?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, they're a good team. They can burn you if you give them, opportunities. They have good players that are in the conference finals for a reason, and they can sting you. So that being said, you just got to take it one shot at a time and try and make saves for your team when there's opportunities there. And unfortunately tonight it didn't happen.
Connor, you guys had the building, the crowd, the energy, you get an early goal. How much wind did it take out of your sails to suddenly have to kill, 7 minutes in penalties for the rest of that period there?
But the kill did a great job. Absolute warriors on the kill. Getting in the way of some big shots, and obviously Dog hung in there and did a great job for us. I thought he actually gave us a little bit of momentum. Obviously the tying goal there at the end of the first is a fluky one, and that probably takes a little bit of wind out of the sails. But I thought the kill did great.
Any more questions for Mike or Connor? No more questions? Okay, thank you guys.
Well, there was Captain Connor McDavid and goaltender Mike Smith talking about how slim the margins are, and there's no really any room for error when it comes to the Final Four teams here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. We will hear from head coach Jay Woodcroft also in just a few minutes, but Cam, 2 games against the team's backup goaltender Pavel Francouz and only 2 goals. What are you seeing from the Colorado Avalanche that's kind of hindering some high-quality chances for the Oilers?
Well, and I thought in Game 2, they kept the Oilers to the outside. And maybe the Oilers could have worked a little harder to get it to the middle. And saying that, that's really difficult. Yes. This is a very good Colorado team. Yes. And they've got great defense. And they've done a tremendous job of keeping it to the outside. Yeah. Tonight, Oilers got more opportunity to the middle. Yeah. Pavel Francouz had to make some saves.
He made some quality stops tonight.
He's been quick. He's finding the puck. He's battling in there. He's doing all these things. He's not like a super big goaltender, so he's got to play aggressive. He's played aggressive. That Edmonton did a really good job of getting opportunity. They got some. They put one off the post, and next thing you know, the game winner goes in a few seconds later. That's how close it is. Yeah. That's the thing. The Avalanche are a tremendous hockey club. No shock. We saw it all season long, so we know how good they are, and they're playing that well right now, and deserve to where they are in this series. Yeah. For Edmonton, you can only look at one game. You can only look at Game 4, and do whatever you have to do, and just like Connor McDavid and Mike Smith talked about, that desperation level has to be at an all-time high, and do whatever it takes to get a victory. And that's all you can worry about is that game, and then go from there.
Yeah, we've heard Jay Woodcroft say that as well. Whatever it takes, get the job done. I know we already highlighted the stop by Francouz on Connor McDavid, but the one that really stuck out to me as well was when Jesse Puljujärvi took the shot on net, and then that excellent rebound stop on Warren Foegele, who was wide open in front. Francouz, you have to give him credit.
Yeah.
He's been excellent since this is not an easy position to come in as well with Darcy Kemper being out.
No, not at all. It's a tough spot. You're not in a position where you've played a lot down the stretch or in the playoffs to this point. Although he had a couple of victories earlier in the playoffs and now has 3 in this series. So, yeah, he's definitely played well.
All right, head coach Jay Woodcroft ready to take to the podium here at Rogers Place.
Josh on the right. Yeah.
Just your thoughts on tonight, that the swings of emotion. Bouchard hits the post at one end, puck in the back of your net, less than 10 seconds later, and then also just the mountain you guys face now down 0-3.
Well, let's start with tonight's game. I thought it was a competitive hockey game. Penalty kill was excellent. Some of the goals that went in against us, one goes in off of our stick, one goes in off of a block shot, lands on someone's tape, and then another one where a player comes out of the box after we just hit the post. So those are tough ones, but our team competed to the very end. In terms of what we're going to do, we're going to process the game, and we're going to get back at her tomorrow. Our goal is the same as it was today, which is we got to win one hockey game.
Left side, Mark.
Too many penalties for your team, or did you think that, and I guess I would ask you, why so many penalties? Maybe because you're chasing them a little bit, or what do you think?
No, there's a penalty discrepancy in the entire series. Tonight, we spent more time in the box than we wanted to, that's for sure.
Stay on the left.
Specifically, what did you think of Evander Kane's hit on Kadri and a little later in the period, McKinnon on Draisaitl?
Yeah, well, I saw the McKinnon in Draisaitl because it was right by the bench. I thought that was a slew foot. I haven't had a chance to review the penalty on Evander Kane yet.
Back right, Daniel.
Jay, your team has done such a great job of scoring goals these entire playoffs. What do you think's been causing, a bit of a trouble in that regard in the last couple of games?
Well, we scored 2 goals tonight. We were in a tied hockey game, and we hit the post. And they went down the other end and scored on their opportunity.
Jay, you had good energy from the crowd. You had a great early shift from McDavid. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like with all the penalties you ended up having to kill that, you were poised for a big start there, but the wind got taken out of your sails a little bit?
No, I actually thought the kill that we did have with the 5-minute kill was a momentum booster for us. Obviously you don't want to be defending for 5 minutes or whatnot, but I thought we handled it great. Our penalty kill was fantastic tonight.
Right side.
Jay, Mike battled all night. He probably doesn't like the third goal, but just your thoughts on your goalie. Keeping you guys in when it was 2-1 and even when it was 3-2.
Yeah, he made a lot of saves for us. He gave us a chance to win the game tonight for sure.
Second row on the left.
Jay, just with your lineup adjustments tonight and how impressed you are with Brad, big part of the 5 there.
Yeah, he was a big part, of our kill the entire night, and he was physical. He had some good shifts, and I thought he made a good contribution to our lineup tonight.
And Russell?
And Russ, obviously, you know what you're getting with Chris Russell. He was also good on the penalty kill. He's fearless, shot blocker, that type of thing. And, we decided to go 7D tonight, and Chris drew in.
Stay on the left.
What's the message? It's difficult down 3-0. I'm sure you got to leave your guys alone for a little while, but what do you come back with tomorrow with?
Well, I think we're going to process the game like we talked about. We're going to make a couple of tweaks here and there, and we're coming in with the mindset as we've had all year long, which is we got to win one hockey game, and there are things that we can do better, but I thought our try was there tonight. In the end, it came down to one play, and they made one extra play and they found the win.
Any more questions for Coach?
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thanks.
And there was Oilers head coach Jay Woodcroft, of course, on the losing side of this one in all 3 games so far in the Western Conference Final. Now it's time to practice what he always preaches: one day at a time, one game at a time, Cam.
No, that's exactly it. And now more so than ever,
Yeah.
it's desperation time for the Edmonton Oilers. I expect them to come out desperate in Game 4, but that's the focus. You can't worry about winning 4 straight. You have to worry about winning 1 straight, and then after that, worry about winning 1 straight again. Yeah. It's a simple message, and since Jay Woodcroft has come here in February, that has been the message. So it's nothing new for the players. It's exactly what they've done before. Hey, they had a good start to this game. There was a lot of good in this game. There was a lot of good for Edmonton. It's just Colorado found a way. They've got a tremendous hockey team.
Yeah, as I mentioned off the top of the show, I mean, the margin for error is so small with Evan Bouchard hitting the post midway through that third period, and then JT Compher going the other way after getting out of the penalty box and scoring the eventual go-ahead marker in this one. Colorado out-shooting the Oilers in all 3 periods here tonight to the tune of 43 shots, and now with a 4-2 victory to the tune of a 3-0 series lead. For Cam Moon, I'm Tony Barr signing off. Thanks so much for making us, again, a part of your Saturday evening. We'll see you for the Oilers TV live pregame show in 48 hours' time.